I think of my father for someone else, what those who got us here have been for us. Thank you. Congratulations.
May Omura Watanabe for an honorary degree.
For appropriate recognition.
To all to whom these letters shall come greeting, the trustees of the college, by the authority vested in them and on the recommendation of the faculty, have conferred upon May Omura Watanabe the degree of Bachelor of Arts, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and honors thereunto appertaining. Congratulations. And before you are hooded, let's everyone see this gorgeous pearl
recognition and honor. President Hogan has told my story. I just want to say that I remember so clearly and still feel that numb feeling when I returned from the chapel on that Sunday morning where Dr. George Headley, the chaplain, spoke and heard the incredible, fearful news on the radio, blaring in Mills Hall. And from that time, the course of my life, my education at Mills College was changed. And soon the curfew was established, and I could not go from Mills Hall to what is now the Carnegie, which was the library, after 7 p.m. My family's experience of being abruptly uprooted and imprisoned without cause was shared by 120,000 others of Japanese ancestry living in the West Coast. And this was a directive of Executive Order 9066, a misguided national security measure. American citizenship suddenly had no meaning. It was a tragic, unjust, and unconstitutional action by our government. Today, I have returned to Mills 67 years after my class of 44 graduated. I'm very moved by this honor bestowed on me, but more importantly, I feel that it's a great day for Mills College because it is addressing an injustice that is still undocumented in many American history textbooks and that is unknown to some yet. Now, I feel I can say I'm a Mills girl. This is a precious label that I have thought about all my life, and I've proudly watched the history of Mills, and My daughters say, now I know why you've kept those piles of Mills on my magazines, which they thought I was just cluttering up my life. But yesterday was my 89th birthday. This was the most unexpected, amazing birthday gift. I am so very fortunate, and I'm so grateful. And I congratulate you graduates who are so fortunate to have this wonderful opportunity at Mills College for education, not only in classrooms, but outside of the classroom. And the words that I've heard today, spoken by these young people, by the president, and I hear diversity, education for young women. These are the things, and the stand for social justice are so important. And I treasure them, and I hope you will. Good luck. Thank you very much.
Fluent in Japanese, and in 1939 she left Japan, left Tokyo, to come to Mills College at the age of 15. How frightening that must have been. I've heard so many stories today among so many of you about leaving home, but think about leaving home and wondering if you would ever go home again because your country was going to war. She did not speak about her contributions until she was asked by the Japanese government to discuss the amendment, both numbers 14 and Articles 24, that proclaimed the essential equality of the sexes. And her work has inspired so many amazing tributes, including a documentary film, The Gift from Beata, and her own memoir, The Only Woman in the Room. She is a performing arts director for the Japan Society and the Asia Society. She has continued throughout her wonderful life to bring connections between Asia and the United States and Europe and the rest of the world. She currently lives in New York City, and she lectures frequently at schools, universities, and other institutions. We are going to hear from Dr. Beata Sirota-Gordon, Mills woman, Mills honorary degree recipient. And I want to say that although we're not bestowing an honorary degree on Beata today, like May, I think it is time for Beata to have a Pearl M. And so I will be the president to bestow a Pearl M on Beata Sirota-Gordon. Beata, will you come forward and bring us your words of wisdom?
President Holman, Board of Trustees, faculty, graduating students, and ladies and gentlemen. It is a really great honor to have been invited to give the last commencement speech under the eye of our highly respected and beloved President Janet Holman. I think, however, that the committee which selected me for this honor was influenced by a mistake the State Department made in 1945 when it issued me a passport so I could go to Japan and work at General MacArthur's headquarters. In the State Department application, there was a form that had a blank entitled occupation. I wrote down research expert. The State Department left out the word research. And I ended up with my occupation listed as expert. I do know Japan and the Japanese language, and I know research, but that was it. I stand before you now as a Mills College graduate, class of 1943. As a mother and a grandmother, as the first civilian woman to work in the occupation of Japan, and as the writer of the women's civil rights laws in the new Japanese Constitution. Born in Vienna, I accompanied my father, the pianist Leo Sirota, and my mother, his assistant, to Japan for a concert tour when I was 5.5 years old. When the Imperial Academy asked him to teach there, my father, at my mother's insistence, never signed a contract for longer than a year because she wanted the option of returning to Vienna.